Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. In today's video, we're going to make a couple of pendants from some shells I found on the beach. These particular shells I found already had holes in them, so we don't have to worry about drilling any holes. You can find shells all the time on the beach that have holes in them naturally. These actually come from the little critter in there trying to get its way out. It just drills a hole to pop the shell open and he's out of there. So I'm going to show you two different ways to make a bail for these. Now you could, if you had a big enough jump ring, just put a jump ring in there like I did with these earrings here. But I'm going to use some 20 gauge aluminum wire. One of these I'm going to wrap a neat bail, like neat wrap, and the other one's going to be a messy wrap. All right, so I've got my wire out, and I just straightened it with my fingers. And we'll make the messy wrap first. I'm going to do it with the bigger one. I'm just going to stick the wire in the hole like that. And I want a pretty big messy wrap on the top. So I have about a finger's length here. And I have short fingers, by the way. I'm just going to clip that off. Set my wire aside. See what I did there? And now I'm just going to take my wire. I'm going to cross it. And I'm going to twist this. And it doesn't have to be perfectly neat. Sometimes mine starts out really neat, and by the time I get to the top, it's a mess. Sometimes they're neat all the way. Sometimes they're a mess all the way. But especially when you're doing a messy wrap, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that these are uneven either, because you can do one of two things. I'm going to clip them, which I normally don't. Sometimes I just go ahead and start wrapping my loop and you just tuck those in. But since we have quite a bit here, I'm not going to worry about tucking any ends in. Okay, so I want a pretty good sized bail. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and about right there at the bottom where the fattest part is, and I'm just going to take this and wrap it around, just my pliers. And wrap this around any old direction here and there and everywhere. And then I'm going to look for a place to tuck that in. And you're pretty much done. All you have to do now is put it onto a chain. Okay? Now for the second one. And I could use copper. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to continue to use my silver, because I do plan on putting it on a silver chain. Although I have used copper wire on a silver chain before. I like to mix my metals, but I don't know how many people really like to do that. And I am having a craft fair here in a few days. And I'm going to have these at my booth. So you're going to start out the same way. This one's going to be the neat wrap. Again, you put your wire in there. And then you're going to twist. And again, it doesn't necessarily need to be all that neat, because once you wrap all this, you can't really tell that it's not perfect. I'm going to go ahead and trim that. All right, same thing. Like that. This time though, I'm going to come up here a little bit further because I want some room to wrap. And I'm just going to wrap, but I'm going to wrap this with more intention and make sure that everything is right up next to each other. And then again, you're going to tuck that in. Usually when I finish tucking them in, I do this, kind of feel around to make sure that nothing is scratchy. And there is a neat wrap. There is a messy wrap. Now, just FYI, the messy wrap is never going to look the same. So if that bothers you, I do not recommend you making earrings like this. It doesn't bother me. I actually like the organic look. I like that they're a little different, and I use the messy wrap quite often, particularly with my style, the boho nature look. You know, it reminds me kind of like a vine going here and there and everywhere. So I like the different wrap look that it gives. But anyway, let me know which is your favorite. Do you like the neat wrap or the messy wrap? Let me know down in the comment section below. And y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.